In the heart of the city, where the shadows crept and the wind whispered chilling tales, stood the desolate remains of the old asylum. Its crumbling facade, broken windows, and overgrown vines bore witness to the horrors that once unfolded within its walls. Decades ago, the asylum had been shut down amidst rumors of unspeakable experiments performed on its helpless patients. As legends of the asylum's dark past spread like wildfire among the locals, it became a place feared by all. But curiosity has a way of beckoning the brave, and for 5 curious teenagers, the allure of the haunting past was too compelling to resist. Jake, Sarah, Alex, Emma, and Mark had heard the eerie stories countless times, and one night, fueled by equal parts excitement and trepidation, they decided to venture inside and explore the asylum's secrets for themselves. The teenagers gathered near the asylum's imposing entrance, their flashlights illuminating the darkness ahead. The doors creaked open as if inviting them inside. As they stepped over the threshold, an unsettling hush engulfed them. The air felt heavy, and each breath seemed to echo with the suffering of those who once dwelled within. They wandered through dimly lit corridors, their footsteps echoing eerily against the decaying walls. The lingering smell of decay and musty air filled their nostrils, and a sense of foreboding grew with each passing moment. As they turned a corner, they stumbled upon a room filled with rusted metal beds and broken equipment. Curiosity soon gave way to unease, but they couldn't turn back now. In a room at the end of the hall, they discovered an old leather-bound journal left behind by a former asylum staff member. Its pages spoke of horrifying experiments, cruel treatments, and the agonized cries of the patients who suffered within. Determined to uncover more, they continued their journey deeper into the asylum. Shadows danced on the walls as their flashlights flickered, and strange sounds echoed through the hallways. The asylum seemed to come alive with malevolence, as if the spirits of the tormented souls still lingered, seeking revenge. The group split up to cover more ground, promising to stay within shouting distance. But as they separated, a sense of isolation crept over each of them. Jake ventured into the basement, where the darkness felt suffocating. The walls seemed to close in on him, and he could swear he heard whispers from unseen entities. Sarah, exploring the upper floors, felt a chilling breeze sweep past her, even though the windows were boarded shut. The temperature plummeted, and she clutched her jacket tighter, her heart pounding in her chest. Meanwhile, Alex found himself in a room filled with discarded patient files. As he flipped through them, a cold hand seemed to touch his shoulder, sending shivers down his spine. He spun around, but there was no one there. Emma ventured into the solitary confinement cells where the air felt oppressive. She heard faint sobbing and the desperate scratching of nails against stone. Fear gnawed at her, and she turned to leave, only to find the cell door closing on its own, trapping her inside. Mark, exploring the administration wing, stumbled upon a room covered in eerie symbols and sigils. As he stepped back, the door slammed shut, trapping him inside with the malevolent spirits that seemed to awaken around him. In a desperate bid to escape, the teenagers frantically tried to find each other, their hearts pounding in unison with the haunting echoes that surrounded them. As they reconnected, they felt an overwhelming sense of dread. The asylum seemed to be alive, and it was determined to claim them one by one. Together they faced the malevolent spirits and the tormented souls that sought revenge on the living for the sins of the past. The walls groaned, the lights flickered, and the darkness closed in around them. In a final, terrifying confrontation, they managed to break free from the asylum's grasp, but not without scars that would haunt them forever. As they escaped into the safety of the outside world, they vowed never to speak of their nightmarish ordeal. The asylum remained forever abandoned, a place where the souls of the deceased patients continued to wander, seeking peace that could never be found. From that day on, the teenagers were forever changed, haunted by the terrifying memories of the asylum and the malevolence that lurked within its decaying halls. The haunting of the abandoned asylum would forever be etched in their minds, a grim reminder that some secrets should remain buried and some places should never be disturbed.